I fear my wife had better sex before me and settled. This is a throwaway account because my wife knows about my other one. My wife and I have been married for 13 years and together for 15. We have 2 children and a happy marriage. However, there is something about our relationship that has always bothered me, and I don't know why I am thinking about it now more than ever, but I am. Tilt your phone and subscribe. My wife was 24 and I was 25 when we met, and prior to dating me, my wife was very sexually adventurous and has always been very open with me about her past, sharing everything with me in great detail. She's had threesomes, always with 2 guys. She went away on spring break every year she was in college and each time had sex with multiple men. She's had sex in hotel hallways, on beach chairs with other people in view. She's a member of Mile High Club, and she even hooked up with a hotel worker on vacation with her family at Disney World, in the family's hotel room while they were at the park. Many of those experiences were with guys she was dating, but many weren't. Then, all of a sudden, she meets me and just stops. After all those men, all that sex, she was just done. I've been the only one she's been with in 15 years. I'm sure of that because since we've been together, I can barely remember a night when we weren't together. She stopped clubbing, she stopped going to parties without me, she just stopped it all. She told me after our first date she knew she was done. Her friends didn't know what happened to her. I never asked her to stop going out. She just did it on her own. Now, what bothers me about her past isn't that she was very sexually active. I don't think less of her. What does bothers me is how kinky she used to be but isn't with me. We have good sex. She always has an orgasm, most times more than one, and we still, even after all these years, have sex 3 or 4 times a week, but we don't do it anywhere but in a bed and never have. It isn't rough. There's no dirty talk. It's passionate, but in a loving way. And that's the way she says she wants it. She tells me she doesn't want to have sex the way she used to. She says she didn't like the way it made her feel about herself. I get that with the threesomes and the random hookups, but what about with the guys she was dating? I have met a few of them, and to be honest, I got a little intimidated when I did. My wife called them poodles. They look pretty, but they are just dogs. So I guess that made me feel better. But I still think of all the things she did with them and doesn't with me, and I wonder if that kind of sex. So my question for everyone, and women especially, is, do you have a husband that isn't the best sex you've ever had or doesn't bring out in you your wild sexual side? How do you feel about that, honestly? Do you feel unfulfilled? I love my wife more than I thought I could love anyone. She's intimidatingly beautiful, funny, and just plain cool. I have been just having a hard time lately thinking that she's settled for me. Any thoughts would be appreciated. Throughout those years and with numerous partners, she was searching for something. It seems she was fleeing from or attempting to bury something, using sex as a means of escape. However, when she encountered you, she discovered the intimacy she had been longing for, and she never turned back. For women, casual sex often feels more accessible, hence the higher numbers. The encounters before she might felt hollow and left feeling used. No amount of adventurous sex could compare to that feeling. Catch you in the next video.